Hi, I'm Saini and I'm here to present DappBase. So as a Web3 developer, one of the most common questions that I get is I want to build this X app and how do I build it? So we discuss this idea and think it over. And a few moments later, probably, here's how uh, the answer looks like. Use UPort for authentication, IPFS for storage, Ethereum for core logic, and this list goes on. As most of the people who ask this question are not familiar with these projects, uh, it is not going to be a weekend hack for them. The problem here is that there's no single project that has all of this stuff that you're going to use and need. Some projects are good in one thing and other projects are good in other things. So we need to embrace this fact that we are not going to end up in a future where all of your application needs will be fulfilled by a single project. At this point in time, most of the developers I meet lose hope that they are not going to build their dreamed app in near future. After having a lot of conversations of these kind, I came up with an idea. The idea is to build a collaborative platform which makes it easy to use multiple projects. So it is like FireBase, which allows you to build Web2 applications easily. Also, as the Web3 community is still in its early days, a lot of new and awesome projects come every day, which can be used by other developers in their dApps. So the platform should be collaborative in the sense that you can also list your projects to the platform if they meet some specifications. And if we want to allow a lot of projects to be added, we need to make these specifications really general. Enter DappBase. DappBase is a collaborative platform that where you can find multiple projects that can be easily used in your projects. All also add your projects that can be used by other people provided that your project meets some specifications. Well, I've been talking too much, so let's take a look on how the platform works. So here we have a ton of sections which have their own list of projects. Let's see the authentication section. Authentication section uses the DID specification, which stands for Decentralized Identifiers. Any project that conforms with the DID specification can be listed on this list. You can see a ton of projects like UPort, Blockstack, IPID, Sovereign, Icon, and Tangle. You can enable any of the DID projects that you want to add as your authentication method. Also, you can see the health of the network so that you know if the network has some problems, you can temporarily switch to other network of your choice. Also, if you have your own project that uses DID spec, you can add your project here and the project will be added to the list. Now let's check out the storage section. You can see that we have a bunch of projects here which provide the storage facility out of the box. The storage section uses IPID, which stands for Interplanetary Link Data, for linking these storage projects to your app. The only requirement for adding your own decentralized storage project to this list is that the data structure that you're using to store the data must be hash-based. So any platform like Get, Bitcoin, or Ethereum can be used to store the data as all the platforms are hash-based. Here we also have an ad service section. Here we introduced a new way of advertising. In Web2, we have three parties in the advertising ecosystem. First is the advertiser who has an advertisement that he wants to publish. Second is the advertisement platform that helps the advertisers to place their ads on their platforms in a targeted way. So the ads are seen by a specific set of users. And the third is users who see the advertisement. So the problem is that the middleman advertisement platforms take cut for displaying ads on their platform, and the users don't get anything for being bombarded by tens and thousands of ads every day. So what we do is that we replace the advertisement platform with the network of users itself. Now let's suppose all the users using the DApp form a network. Each user serves the app, and the behavior is tracked and recorded. All this recorded behavioral data is stored within the user device and is never sent out of the device. Now this data is reduced to some mathematical vector which represents the user's behavior. Now an advertiser comes with an ad and he wants to target a specific demographic. He chooses the user behavior that he wants to target. These desired properties are also converted to a mathematical vector which represents an ideal target customer. Now the advertiser publishes the ad on the network of users using the app. Now this ad goes to every user device and checks if the user behavior vector is close to the advertiser's desired vectors. If the vectors are close enough, then the ad gets published. Using this way, we totally remove the need of middlemen to publish the ads. Here, the advertisers save the cut that they gave to the advertisement platform, and the users can get some fee for allowing the ads to display. We also have a number of features that are in the roadmap and will be live in few months. And that's it. Thanks for listening. You can check out DappBase at clusterlabs.io/DappBase, and you can find me on Twitter and GitHub on Vasadal. Thanks.